Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chichi. I just finished my master's degree at Imperial College London and I took an MSc in Epidemiology program. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys some general tips on writing a good dissertation. I'm not an expert, so everything that I talk in this video would be based on my personal experience, but I hope you can relate and it might be informative for you. So at Imperial College London, the dissertation is a formal essay of your summer project. So it is conducted in 4-month calendar. You have to finish all the research from the design to the execution and the write-up. The first step in the research project is choosing a research topic. Actually, it's quite simple. It's quite simple process where you can choose the topic from a list that are provided by the college, and they also provide the information about the outcome and then the requirement of each project, so you can choose which project suits you better. In my case, I choose research topics that are relevant to my work field. So I'm working as an epidemiologist at Ministry of Health, especially for cancer and blood disorders control and prevention. So I choose 3 topics. First one was about the breast cancer. Second one was about prostate cancer, and then renal cancer. So we can choose 3 topics. We might get shortlisted or we might not get shortlisted for that particular project. You can submit your own proposal. You can propose your own research topic, but there are a lot of things needs to be considered, like you have to get ethics approval from the NHS or from the Imperial. That would be a lengthy process, so I just choose the easy way. I just go with the research topics provided by the college. Fortunately, I got shortlisted for all of them, but at the end I choose breast cancer because that is the most interesting topic for me. Or you might also want to choose a research topic that relevant to your research interest. So it might be easier for you if you want to pursue higher education like PhD, or you want to have a research career. If you selected the research topic that of your research interest, I think it would be easier, or at least it would be less difficult for you to endure the process. So after I choose a research topic, I created a timetable with highlights of important dates. So for instance, the submission date, I would put that at the end of my timetable and then proceed backward to the closest deadline, for instance, the submission of the first draft. And that would be my big milestone. But in between, I also put smaller milestones such as read 5 papers or write 500 words. So I will tick that boxes if I complete that task every day. It's important for you to really allocate your time wisely. So for me, I spare more time on writing because I'm not a native speaker, and I think I lack of academic writing skills. That's why I spare more time on writing. If you maybe lack of analytical skill, you might want to spare more time on your analysis. Or if you do a systematic review, you might want to spare more time on reading or literature review. So after creating a timetable, it's really important to start as soon as possible, because 4 months is not a long time, especially when you have lots of papers to read. You have many analysis to do, not to mention the writing part. I was asked to add another analysis, and some of my analyses were time consuming, and I also felt overwhelming with the writing part. It is really important to start early, because the process might not be as smooth as we imagine. I know a friend who were asked to reanalyze her results, and some of my friends also asked to add further analysis before the submission. The next steps would be follow the dissertation handbook. And you must pay attention to the marking criteria, because at the end of the day, the examiner would assess your dissertation based on that criteria. So you must stick to the rule, you must stick to the structure that are suggested by the handbook. So there are sections that are assessed for the dissertation. For instance, reflective statement, abstract, project aims, background, methodology, presentation of results, critical interpretation of results, appropriateness of discussion, quality of the overall presentation of the work, and clarity of the argument. So for each of these criteria, there are criteria for pass or distinction, merit. So made a separate sections for introduction and literature review, because I thought that my literature review was quite extensive. The marker said that the literature review comes after the aims, which makes it hard for the reader to understand how the novelty and how the aims of the current study differ from previous studies. However, there is an extensive and very thorough literature review and critique that cannot be neglected. So even though my literature review was quite comprehensive, but it's still hard for the reader if I put the literature review after the aims and objectives. So it should be naturally come after the literature review. That's why I really recommend you to follow the structure from the handbook. The last tip is to listen well to your supervisor, because they are the expert in that field. So I personally take everything they said as insight to improve my research and my dissertation quality, because they always talk based on their expertise, and they have more experience than me, obviously. But a side note is, you must be proactive, because obviously they have many students to supervise. We're not the only one, right? So they might not remember all the deadline that we are working for, but you are the one who must remind them of that. You might want to submit your first draft as soon as possible, so they will have more time to review that and to give you feedback, and you still have time to revise the draft. You are the one who is responsible for your research project and dissertation. You are the one who makes the progress. The supervisor, as their name, they meant to supervise, not to make the progress. So that's all the tips that I want to share with you guys in this video. Thank you for watching. Good luck for your thesis and submission. Bye.